It's another waste of money. The fat cats will congregate in those meeting rooms, have a nice food, and at the end of the day, nothing will come out of it. Just if you think I am lying, show me one parliamentary inquiry that produced results. Who was ever arrested because there was a parliamentary inquiry? I cannot imagine that this one will be the first. The ANC's approach to parliament is that we use it as a rubber stamp. So they deployed Lekganya and they told him, Chief, your role is to make sure this thing does not lead anywhere. Full stop. Here is the thing. The ANC has a caucus in parliament. Before there is a parliamentary inquiry, they figure out what are the possible outcomes. And their main focus is to protect their comrades. Because remember,
true facts, folks. So far, so good.
There is no one in the ANC who's clean. So they are protecting each other. It's a buddy thing. Lekganya protect our comrades. So I don't expect anything to come out of the parliamentary inquiry. I think it's a total waste of time, total waste of money, and a total waste of hot air. I don't worry about hot air. It's their hot air anyway. But I worry about...
I think most South Africans feel exactly like this. The ANC government tried to say, this inquiry is going to come up with the answers in terms of what Mkhwanazi had exposed, but we know it's a sham.
Money.
Yeah. But do you think there's going to be, because already we've had news emerging of 10 missed phone calls that Becky Cele made to Kat Matlala, which is clearly part of the whole route that Mkhwanazi was going down. You've got a senior politician phoning a crook to say they're coming to arrest you.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Crazy, if you ask me.
The whole ANC is a criminal enterprise. You see, South Africans must get this. The ANC is a criminal enterprise. And because they've been controlling our state, they have also criminalized our state. That's the gist of it.
Ooh, that's a good way of looking at it, bro. They are a criminal enterprise. And as a result of them ruling our country, they have criminalized our Ooh, clock it.
And these ministers of the ANC, by the way, have gotten used to being bribed by these criminals. Why? Because the ANC fellows live like billionaires. They are not humble chaps. They can't live in a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom house. They want to live in mansions. Look at the pictures of the houses of Paul Mashele. Paul Mashele, you would think this chap is running a multi-billion company producing some useful stuff. What does this guy produce? For him to live in those mansions, he will tell you, these are my son-in-law's houses. That's absolute nonsense. We know that these are his houses. The son-in-law is being used in the process. The ANC fellows have become so corrupt that there is no longer a difference between an ANC minister and a hardcore criminal. The criminal world and the ANC cadres have now converged. They are now the same thing. So I was not surprised when I heard about these phone calls between Kat Matlala and Becky Cele. It's because Becky Cele, who is Becky Cele, is an ANC cadre. Corrupt, just like any other corrupt ANC cadre. We know who is the criminal in chief? It's Cyril Ramaphosa. Where is the evidence? Pala, dollars in his sofa. I mean, how criminal can it be? So yes, the ANC criminal enterprise working with the criminal networks, underground criminal networks. We as a society were in trouble.
Yeah.
This man has been telling the truth about the ANC and organizations like the EFF for a very long time, folks. And I think as South Africans, we have a treasure on our hands, and we should appreciate this man. He's one of the first to ever criticize the ANC so heavily on national platforms, taking the heat, opportunities taken away from him. Black man, articulate, wears a suit and a tie, and he just works hard, and he says, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and I'm still gonna earn something to feed my family. So he's not scared of nothing. We should appreciate people like this. I think also Prince Mashele is one of the people who have inspired me to start doing this. Great guy. Shout out to him. He's painted a very wonderful picture of what the ANC is, a criminal enterprise that has been ruling our country. And as a result, they have criminalized our state.
And society knows it. What is the outcome? You mentioned the polls. You mentioned your own prediction that the ANC are going to really struggle in the next local government election.
The outcomes are, and this is what is happening. The ANC is being processed out of power. That's what we are going through. Sitting at 40% at the national level.
But, you know, as I've been saying, it's true that they've been flushed out of power, but they're trying to bring in Naledi Pandor to come as a black female president candidate that is going to run. And South Africans, you know, we know how emotional black South Africans are. We're just gonna vote based on the fact that she's black, she's articulate, and she's female. Womandla, ooh, Mbokoto. Telling you.
In the previous elections. And here is the thing about it. Whatever the ANC gets in a national election, it gets lower in the next local government elections. Take any and every election, that has been the trend. So the ANC at a local level does not outperform the ANC at a national level. So we know already that the ANC next year will get less than 40%. The question is, how low can it get? My prediction is it will get below 20% because the ANC has totally lost credibility. So the consequences are the ANC will be kicked out of power. We are
below 20%. This man says the ANC will get below the DA. That's what he's actually saying. Oof, that's a very serious prediction to make over there, Mr. Prince. Hopefully it's true. But you know, we know this is South Africa and black South Africans, man. Especially my people there by Eastern Cape there. Those people, bro. We feel bad for them that they have to cross rivers for their children to go to school. But come an election season, they are voting for the ANC.
Lucky because the ANC will be kicked out of power democratically without a single shot being fired. Liberation movements don't relinquish power without resistance. But the ANC will relinquish power without resistance. You know why? Because they don't control our security forces. The ANC have no control over our security forces. If they were to issue an instruction to say the security forces must resist, the heads of the ANC cadres would be blown up. They have no, unlike ZANU-PF. ZANU-PF in Zimbabwe controls the security forces, the army. They can issue a command and control instruction and the army will implement. In South Africa, there is no such a thing. We are lucky because our security forces are so fragmented. There is not one. They call Cyril Ramaphosa our commander-in-chief. I can tell you, a fellow commands a fraction of our security forces. Doesn't command the whole thing. That's why we are lucky. But here is the danger. When a liberation movement is being kicked out of power, it does two things. Either of two things. One, it resists, and I said the ANC won't resist. Or it loots. The ANC, they are busy looting as we speak, as if there is no tomorrow. But here is a good thing about their looting. They are looting individually. They are not looting collectively. This makes it easy to arrest them when there's a new government, because that new government is going to go after them individually. So there will be no collective defense. So let them loot. But I'm telling you, a time is coming when each one of them is going to be arrested. And when that happens, they will be running helter-skelter individually. And I'm telling you, when that government comes, and I don't know when, this is what you do. You say you have a timeline. Any and everyone who was a minister during the Zuma era all the way to Ramaphosa, minister, deputy minister, DG, deputy DG, and chief directors, especially those who are in procurement, all of them, you investigate them, you trace the money. Let me tell those who are still alive, those who would be dead at that point will be lucky because they'll be dead. But those who are still alive, we must follow them. We must make an example of them. We must collect all of them and jail them. And society must see them rot in jail.
Now, you know, I said after the last election when they announced.
That's it over there, man. Painting a picture about what the ANC is. Corrupt to the core. Corrupt to the core. I have people that I love very dearly who support this organization. And I just think, man, you know, I pray for you guys. I pray for you guys, really. Because what the hell? These people are just left with kidnapping us, with just stealing us personally. That's what I think. Till they are satisfied with stealing from us, these people won't stop, bro. Because we have such a very gullible population that keeps voting these people in power. Just keeps putting them in power. No regard for everybody else. Doesn't matter whether we suffer or we don't. People stake their future on a t-shirt and a streetwise too, bro. I know. And then people are gonna say no, it's because of poverty. I'm telling you. Grow up poor, but this works. This works. You can't be staking your whole future on a t-shirt and a streetwise too, and transport to go to the stadium to scream Viva every 2 minutes, Viva every 2 seconds. No, man. No. Folks, hit the sub button, hit the like button, open your notifications so that you are notified every time we upload a new video. Your boy is out of here. We the people see the truth.